These are the real stars of the show, the horses. They never complain about anything. They're always here on time. Fantastic.
You got one where my feet can still touch the ground?
Yeah.
The way that we've trained the actors on this film as it concerns the horsebacking is that we brought them in early and we introduced them to the horses that they were going to be using on the film.
What we're going to do today, we're just going to walk and drive around, nothing fast.
They could get used to the horse got used to them. The wranglers were with them, riding around, giving them instruction.
Just trying to make them look like they could ride.
Especially Teresa, because her character knows horses, so I have to look like I know what I'm doing.
Leela, she really wants to learn how to ride. She enjoys it.
When I was a kid, we used to ride donkeys and horses all the time, but there was never any sort of technique. You would just sort of scramble on and not fall off.
She's done really good. She just keeps getting better all the time.
Ethan is supposed to look the worst on the horse. He's the one that wants nothing to do with horses in the story.
Ethan knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Ethan was going to show us how good he could ride.
Slow down a little bit.
Slow down.
Ethan would not listen to the trainers because he fancied himself as an expert.
Slow down. Slow down. Ethan, slow down.
Everyone else was very well behaved, including the horses, and thankfully Ethan's horse was well behaved and made up for Ethan in some ways.
It's just more comfortable going faster. It's funny because Leo has to be a jackass on the horse.
In order to look really bad on a horse and get away with it, it turns out you have to be pretty good on a horse.
How do you get these things to go if they don't want to?
We did a scene where he has to act like he can't ride. He pulled that off perfect.
It helps knowing horses because I was able to get my horse to walk sideways and back up.
He was able to do that and control the horse while looking ridiculous on it, which was perfect.
You look like the real deal.
An actor on a horse?
Yeah. Or an actor who says he can ride a horse but then actually can ride a horse?
The character of Douglas is actually supposed to have a lot of experience with horses. That's where you really get in trouble, because it says on Boyd's resume, horseback riding and things. You don't believe that crap. But in the movie, he has to actually know how to ride a horse and ride a horse well, at least pretty well. So I thought, well, this is never going to happen.
When we first saw Boyd get up on a horse, there was a lot of concern.
I haven't been on a horse in years. I was in an accident when I was a kid, pretty bad. Got thrown off a horse. I was kind of timid for horses for a long time, and I think this is actually the first time I've been on a horse since then.
I worked with him a whole lot that day. I rode with him the whole time.
It's a lot to learn, I know, in a day, you know what I mean? But you're doing good.
Yeah, no, you're doing great.
You're doing good.
I mean, 15 minutes ago, you'd never loped a horse before.
Now you
loped one all the way around the arena.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
They're not falling off the horse, and they look fantastic, and they look better than I did. So I couldn't be happier.
Horses, like dogs and all animals, they can sense. If that person's not incredibly confident and relaxed, the horse will know.
Hold on, quit being scared.
I ain't scared.
Cut it out.
I ain't scared.
Horse whispers ain't scared.
I know.
There's this wonderful scene where Boyd's character goes through what a horse whisperer would do, trying to give the horse the simple idea that it's his choice to be broken, not the other way around. That's the whole core element to horse whispering.
Norman's gonna go back, and he'll edge out of camera, keep him out of frame, and watch the horse come up, and you never turn around because you're showing the horse that you trust it.
The horse looks to be coming to Boyd, but the horse was actually coming to me.
Norman, he's behind me, and he's got these two sort of straight lassos.
The whips are not for whipping horses. They're an extension of your arms.
It's kind of like directing a plane.
First he was a little nervous. Now he's running the thing. He's dancing in the pen with it.
It's a good thing to get over something like that.
That a girl.
This horse is great. Every day, it's easier and easier.
With Boyd, it worked really well, and I think it's sort of a beautiful part of the film.
All right, before they beat you, I know you had it in you, okay? Now you show me. Come on, let's go! I want to come up here and ride like it has to be done.
Boyd wanted to forego using a stuntman for the more difficult horseback riding scenes, which I was never going to do.
I just went to Mike, told him I just want to do the run rather than stuntman do it.
So, Boyd, I'm happy to say that you look way better on a horse than we could have planned for you to.
I'm getting real comfortable. He's a great horse.
So you feel comfortable running as fast as you can on that horse for 1 or 2 quick passes, because I think we could use a lot of it, and they'll know it's you.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I
Because
think
on
it'd pay
remote,
off.
we're staying wide, and we're seeing a horse really fly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
And it'll be, you know, whatever you're comfortable
No,
with.
I think, yeah, definitely.
A little bit forward makes everything look faster.
Yeah, right.
Just don't get your feet behind you. Keep your weight on there. There you go. That's better.
Boyd actually jumped on the horse, and to all of our surprises, I mean, he just ran with this horse several different times, and he was really, really good at it. So yeah, it was a really pleasant surprise.
Look at this. Maybe we undersold the man. You look like a real horse.
I am a horse.
Even fast. Well, I mean, I know actors say things a lot of times, but
Yeah, sure they do.
and then you can ride okay. But now you're gonna get off.
Yeah.
You put cameras because he's hauling ass down the hill.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing that.
Including the horse.
Ramon Frank is doubling him, and Ramon Frank is an incredible horsebacker.
He's going to be lucky to get down that hill at full speed. So I'll let him do that. He gets his paycheck, I get mine.
Look at the hat flew off.
Love it. I'm ready.
Look at this. Look at this. Right, that's pretty.
Guy can ride, man.
Yeah, so he goes, did my hat go off at the right time?
Nothing sucks more than getting the perfect take and then the actor's hat blows off during the middle of the take.
These Wranglers got a little thing going on. You lose your hat, it's a 12-pack of beer.
A lot of beers on that, Herb.
That's a 12-pack, my man.
Oh, cut.
He owes everybody some beer.
That's right.
It happened to my stunt double, Greg Sproles, and I fitted the bill for him. He's willing to risk his body for me. The least I can do is cover him for a case of beer wager.
If that hat's pulled down and he comes charging and jumps and runs and throws his hat off, I may never need Cena.
You'll see a lot of aggressive horse riding. That won't be me. I'm more of a casual galloper. I won't even go more than a gallop.
She's a runner, 1 horsepower motor.
If it's casual stuff, it'll be me. If it's crazy stuff, you'll see somebody who looks like me.
I could definitely tell that John did not want any part of that horse.
John is always sure of himself and always so gung-ho to get involved and do things. And I've learned 2 things. John has a fear of heights, and he's not fond of horses.
I think he's more a man of the ground and the mat.
John's athletic enough that if you can explain it to him so he can understand it, he can do it.
And he actually got to where he looked like he was comfortable on a horse, even though he never was comfortable on a horse.
Norman done such a good job with his horses that I can learn to ride in less than 5 minutes.
Turn your hand over.
I basically just put the dummy on the saddle and say, listen, just don't do anything super aggressive.
Me being the experienced wrangler that I am, Mike, I will nail it.
Horses are unpredictable. They don't line up and hit marks quite like actors do. So you have to figure out a way to shoot out where there's some flex in it.
Mike Bone wanted a Steadicam on a horse.
You can adapt a saddle and put the Steadicam right on it. So our Steadicam operator jumped up, hooked in his camera, and walked along on a horse with everybody else with the Steadicam.
The rider has to know enough to try to keep everything centered, and you have to have a horse that'll take all that. They're not all going to do that.
The horse didn't care at all. I mean, it was just another burden on its back. I'm sure the sum total was less than what John Cena's horse was feeling when he was riding.
Thanks for bearing with me. Appreciate it. He's a horse after my own heart. He moves slow and eats a lot. Ready to go? Still hungry?
I love my horse, man. My horse name's Ringo. He's rad. There's one song that Ringo sang with the Beatles. So when I'm riding Ringo, I'm whispering to him, "Why don't we do it in the road?" He'll go, I think he thoroughly enjoys it.
Being out in the desert and riding horses, I mean, that was one of the main things for me.
Yeah, after the movie is over, I'd like to continue horseback riding.
Will I ever ride a horse again? If a movie calls for it, or if one day I have to gallop to the ring on a steed, then yes. But Probably not.
I mean, how can you not just love it so much? You're on a horse in this. That's my job.